and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimberly. I'm a stay-at-home mom of two. I have a 7-year-old and a 9-month-old baby, and I homeschool. So my oldest is entering 2nd grade this year, and I am just gonna be filming all of our last minute things in this vlog, preparing for the new school year. So I have everything. I just wanna get it all ready and situated. I need to do a little bit of lesson planning. I need to do a little bit of organization. I want to find some fun first week of school activities to do, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned if that's interesting to you. And yeah, let's get started. What I'm about to start working on is I'm going to go through our different curriculum books for the year and put on hold from the library any books that we might need. So for example, this one has some suggested books, and that's basically what I'm going to look at and go through for each of these to figure out what we need from the library.
It's perfectly fine if you would like to sing. Can you please put those away? Also, why did you put our dirty shoes on top of the counter? Because Julia was very good. Okay, can you, if you want to put them away, put them away.
All right, so I just put 18 books on hold at the library. A lot of them are about dinosaurs for our dinosaur unit. And then these two are part of a book series that we've been reading called Good Dog. They're books 5 and 6. And then just a couple of math books that go along with our math curriculum. Okay, this next thing feels a little bit chaotic right now, but this is my math bin with the math supplies from 1st grade. And I just need to somehow fit all of that and reorganize and see exactly what supplies I need for 2nd grade math and get this situated here. Okay, so here in the back of the book I found the materials list, and it is quite hefty. All right, we already know we need all of these base 10 blocks, so let's just move those suckers out of the way. We need counters. We need the play money. We need the clock with hands. We need a ruler. We need 2 packs of playing cards. We've got one. I'll have to find the second one. Blank paper, pencils, page protectors, dry erase marker, and binder. Okay, cool. Okay, I did things a little differently than how I had intended. So the items from last year's math box that we no longer need in the box, but that I want to keep around, I just reorganized here. I decided not to put these in because they just don't fit. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but somewhere handy so that we can use them when we need them. Okay, so here's what I did here. I've got our learning clock and all of the materials here on the bottom. I put our math counters in this bin. And then I'm just gonna put that here. A deck of cards. I reorganized our bills and then our coins. And then these are the 10s and 1s counters and the second deck of cards, and then the ruler. I wanted to share one of the activities that I do, which I got this idea from Little School of Smiths. For the first week of school, we do a silhouette, and we write special things about ourselves and then paint it or color it. So for example, this is what we did last year. Love it. So I just make this in Canva. I do have a Canva subscription, which you will need, because I just took a picture from the side, uploaded it into here. I did the background remover, and then I used duotone and changed both the highlight and shadow color to white, and there it is. So I will print that, and then that'll be ready to go. Okay, now we're gonna set up my planner. So I love that it comes with a couple pages of stickers here. So I want to definitely go ahead and mark our first day of school, which is August 10th. I also already know our first field trip. So let's just mark that. Let's see, do we have anything here that I could choose for co-op days? TBD. I might have to end up using one of these things since they like repeat. Ooh, or maybe these. We'll see. Okay. So let's skip straight on over. And number one tip is use a pencil. I like to write with pen. However, no, don't do that here. Okay. So let's see. If I turn this sideways, which is how I prefer to write, are you gonna be able to see it okay? Yep, we're good. Okay, let me get situated here. So last year I called this first block, I like to write my subjects across the top, and last year I called this morning time. I don't really like that. I don't really know what to call it. So right now I'm gonna call it warm up. If you have an idea, please put it in the comments. This is basically like what I want him to do independently. So it's not like regular school stuff. It could be a worksheet. It could be practicing, you know, our address, our phone number. It could be some reading. It could be any number of things such as that. So like, what could I call this time? It's not something we do together, so it's not like circle time. It's independent, but also valuable. I don't know, help me out here. So we're gonna do that warm up. I like to do language arts first because it's not a fave of his, and so I like to get it done while we still have motivation. Okay, then we'll move on to math because that's a nice pick-me-up. He really enjoys math. Then we have history this year. And it's called branches, but now it's called offshoots. So I'm just gonna call it branches because that's like what I'm familiar with it as. But if you're watching this, it's actually called offshoots now. And then let's call this extras. Because again, I don't really have a fancy title for that. Okay. So this is for our first week. I don't like to do too many at a time just because things change. I do already know, so on Wednesday, that's gonna be our co-op day. So we will not do any of our subjects. It will just be co-op day. So I will just write co-op way over here in the extras because that's what this day is. Now for math, that one's easy. So I'll just go ahead and fill that in. I do a lot of abbreviations because, cool baby. I do a lot of abbreviations because I'm the only one reading this and it's just helpful for me. So math with confidence is what we are using. So I will put that down for each day. Math with confidence, not on this day. Math with confidence. And then actually down here, I think I'm gonna let him choose, that'll be like maybe an enrichment day, like whether we choose Beast Academy or Osmo. Math, specifically Osmo. If you're not familiar with Osmo, definitely look it up. It's amazing. Okay. So, nice buddy. Our branches unit right now is gonna be dinosaurs. So I'm just gonna write dinosaurs and I'm gonna draw an arrow because that's... Okay, things exploded a little bit since I last was talking to you. I just got I've already erased things and I just got distracted by also trying to lesson plan and going through all of my many curriculum things. So let me show you what I have going for the first week. Okay. Oopsies, it's a mess over here, folks. Okay, I need to redo this. This is from last year and I want to redo it because it's just in one of these little pockets. I'm gonna take it out to get the glare. I made this in Canva and I want to make a new one because we have reading every day as one of his tasks that he does for rewards here in our home, not related to school. So I'm gonna remove that. I'm also gonna remove calendar because now we have a skylight. So we used to use like a little physical calendar for school and he would reset that every day. We don't need to do that anymore. So I need to make a new one and then I'll plop it in here and he can check it off. But I just kind of put some ideas down for myself, for purposes of myself. So, oh, here goes my pencil. So let's see here. On the first day, we are gonna do special pictures, our special breakfast. Oh, breakfast and book, because the book goes with it. I need to fish that out. It's like my first day of homeschool book, and it's got like traditions that we do every year, so I like that. Then we're gonna do a curriculum tour. Erased this stuff because we're not actually going to do all of these the first day. I'm going to go through and show him all the different curriculum for the year, and then he can pick one that he wants to do a lesson from for the day, and we will do that. And then I did pick out a couple of special activities for us to do. Let me grab those. So this was the silhouette thing I was showing you earlier. I have printed it and it's ready to go. And then I got this from Teachers Pay Teachers. A little Crocs activity here. And so then I have the things ready for that. So we will do those 2 activities. And then one of the local homeschool groups is doing a back to school party at the park. And I have penciled it in as a maybe. And then I just kind of went through and put some rough things here. I won't go through them all. We're just kind of trying to decide, you know, get a rough idea. And then I did go ahead, and this is why I said pencil, y'all, because I like changed a whole bunch of things around actually. I decided to add that over here as extras when it was over here anyways. And then I did go ahead and start rough outlining the second week, since the first week is a little bit unique because, oh, another thing I wanted to mention for the first week is I'm not doing any of these. I'm literally only doing these 2 core classes the first week to kind of ease into it, plus these like fun extra things. And then we'll load in all of the other stuff starting in week 2. So I think that's a good start for loading up the planner. I did remember that I already do know another field trip, so sorry, I am sick, so that's why I sound really congested over here, but I do know another field trip already. I'm really excited about this one. Okay, and I think that's all I'm gonna do for today with that. All right, it's printing right now, so that's what you hear in the background, but I completely redesigned it and I am obsessed. So I decided I'm gonna retitle that morning block into Powerup. And so this is gonna be like his, you know, Super Mario themed. And yeah, this is what we're working with. Isn't that cute?
A little bit of proof of life for you. I have filmed so much in this video that has not shown me. My family has been incredibly sick for a week. I personally am on day 8, and I'm starting to feel like I can at least do a little bit of regular life. So I've looked disgusting, which is why I have not shown myself until today when I'm like just beginning to feel like I can look a little bit human again. So we're gonna run out and get some provisions and then go to the library to pick up all those books that I put on hold earlier in the vlog.
Hello from my little homeschool area. I have fished out, well, for starters, I picked up the library books. That bag is heavy. And I actually haven't brought it in from the car because it's really heavy. And then I just went and fished out some back to school decorations because I wanted to see what I already had to see if I needed to buy anything else. And honestly, I think I'm pretty good. So I'll show you what I've got. These little, I guess this side says take off this tag. It says first day of 2nd grade. That's last day, but first day. I got these from the Target Dollar Spot maybe 2 years ago. I got them for all the way through grade 5. So I've got that. I've got essentially an unopened pack of balloons, so I can make a little balloon arch. I've got some napkins that look like paper. How cute. And some pencil paper plates. I'm pretty sure I got both of these from Target last year. I've got these balloons. Well, they're like inflatables. Think pool float type material. So I just inflate them and then deflate them and save them from year to year. I have a set of 3 of those. So that's great. And then what else? I made these for his kindergarten year and laminated them. I don't really know what for. I usually put them on the table like with our special breakfast. I usually incorporate them somehow there. And then this, I also did for his kindergarten year and have reused it every year since. And I stick this, it's laminated, and I stick this in our cinnamon rolls because we always do a cinnamon roll board. And then I have, another one of these random little, it's similar to these things. Okay, and then I have 2 banners. It's the same thing, but they're split up into 2. It's apples and pencils. And then I have our first day of homeschool book that we read every year. I like it because it has become part of the tradition, but it also outlines some of the traditions in it that we have tried to start incorporating as well. And then, let's see, I haven't actually unfolded this yet, but I painted this last year. I actually did paint it. I didn't make it in Canva or anything like that. And so it's not as pretty, but okay, it's not bad. It has held up okay. That's what I painted last year, and I think it's okay, good enough to reuse this year. I did make one in Canva this year, in case this didn't turn out, then I could print it at Walgreens, but this looks good. So I will reuse that. And then I think I'm good as far as decorations go. And then I'll use some of our like regular school stuff as decoration. Like I used this little guy last year. I'll probably set a globe out. I have another one over there by our printer. And then I don't know if it's showing up in the frame, but I usually write happy first day of school on the whiteboard. So yeah. So this is like a big long shelf that takes up a good chunk of the wall. So I'm not gonna show you everything because that's a lot for this video. Maybe that'll be another video. But this is kind of like my core area right here. So let me figure out where to stand. This is our math curriculum. These are our Beast Academy physical books that go with our online subscription. And then Math with Confidence, and then this is like the binder of like the master frames, black lines, I think it calls them, black line masters that go with that. And then this is our math supplies bin, which I showed you all about earlier. And then here I have all about reading and all about spelling. To be honest, I bought these last year, and this I didn't have time to implement it, and this was, we weren't quite ready for. So I'm doing this year. All about spelling, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a lot with language arts, so I don't actually know if I'll do that or not. We're gonna try and see. This is our Powerup work. So we've got a primary journal, handwriting without tears, a writing prompt journal. I really like this. And Explode the Code. And then here is our history. We're doing Beautiful Feet, Early American History. This is the notebook that comes with it, and it is a literature-based curriculum. So here are all of the books in the order that we will get to them. This is for branches down here. It's like, yeah, all that. This is my Logic of English supply bin. Basically, it's everything for that. Plus the readers that go with All About Reading. Plus this box of supplies for All About Reading and All About Spelling. Okay. This was the calendar that I talked about that we used to use, like our physical calendar. And then this I have set up for first day of school stuff to review. And this is for music. Yeah, I'll get to that. And then I love these. I'm gonna start getting more this year as well. These anthologies, I say a lot, so I love these anthologies by DK. I have Animals, Birds, Aquatic Life, Earth, and Wonders of Nature. They're amazing and beautiful, and I could do a whole video just about them. And then we have this talking globe. We have another talking globe that's different. And then our homeschool table is right here, just out of sight. And so this is where we do the bulk of our learning and where the bulk of our materials are. Hidden down below is more, etc., etc. So my plan for this year, in addition to like these curriculums, is I'm gonna kind of do some units specifically with the branches / offshoots. So I'm gonna do the dinosaur unit first, then I'm gonna do a music. I hate the word unit because honestly it's gonna be like 2 months long, probably, but just kind of really dive into music. We're gonna pick up piano lessons again. We're gonna start learning about the instruments of the orchestra, all that kind of stuff. And we'll do some art. And I have like a ton more. These are the branches / offshoots books. And I have like 8 of these. So I have a lot more topics that will also kind of rotate between. So anyways, that's a glimpse at my command center. And with that, I think that we are done. I have so much more that I could go on tangents and show you because I just really love all things education. As a lifelong learner, a teacher at heart, a previous public school teacher, I just love learning. And I love that I have the privilege of homeschooling my child. It's something that I enjoy and I take great pride in. So I hope that you've enjoyed some of the things I've shared in this video. I'm sure I'll be sharing more as our school year begins and we try new things like our co-op this year. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.